Okay, so I just entered a short position on the NASDAQ and wanted to go through my analysis and the logic behind this trade, and then, we'll see what happens. I'm betting that, price will collapse here. Um, the market opened just a little while ago. Here's the 9:30 open. Um, the cumulative delta showed some demand here, and we had from here to here higher high. But what I noticed on this higher high is we had less demand in the cumulative delta. Okay, so that's the first thing I saw. Then I saw supply come in the MBox delta, which is right here. That's the supply coming in. And I also saw supply coming in the wave in the wave and the wave delta, wave volume and wave delta, right here. So this is a lot of volume, 1501. And then the cumulative delta switches to supply. Also, we had the pace of the bids on the rise. So that's the momentum. And then we had this nice double signal right here, the Stooges and the pullback, which is an imbalance. So all this painted a bearish picture, and so I took a short position and placed the stop right above this pullback. Right now I want to adjust my profit. I initially just put it down lower here, but I was eyeing a level and I wanted to show it. So as I zoom out here, this is the previous day. We have right here, it's yesterday, September 23rd. And I drew a line right here. And this is actually where I wanted to put my take profit. Because at this level, we saw price fall down to this level. And at this level, we had quite a bit of demand. You see in the MBox delta right here. Let me draw an arrow to make sure you see it. Right here. So at this price level, we saw a lot of demand. So I'm expecting that, if the bearish analysis is correct, that at this level we'll probably also see something here. You don't know exactly when, but to me this seemed like a good profit target, based on the bearish analysis. So let's go back to the current time here. All right, so it looks like prices starting to come down. More supply is coming in. The momentum on the bids is also ramping up. The cumulative delta here. So actually, that's looking pretty good. We're already in profit right now, but this is our take profit. Actually, we can draw the risk-reward ratio here. This is the stop. Oh, let me about here. Trying to draw with the tool. So this is our stop. Let me just move that for now. This was our stop. This is our entry. And this is our target. Okay, put this back here. All right, so basically, if we look at it, so we've got basically a risk reward of 12. So we're risking 21 ticks to get 252. So the whole point of trading with order flow analysis is to read the picture and go for these, trades that are gonna, pay out. We want to make a nice profit, not just, 10, 20 ticks here. We want to make a nice profit. So looks like price starting to come back a little up. I'm gonna pause the record and come back in a little bit later. All right, so we're back now, and trade went in our direction. I just added on a position, so I'm now in for 20 contracts. Things are looking good. When we initially got in, price pulled back to here, so it kind of came close to the initial stop, but after it climbed up here, we had this nice bar down, and so it rejected the price at this level, so that looked good. Price came down more, and then these signals came up again. We had a lot of supply hit here. These signals came up. I saw the pullback, and I got in after this Stooges signal because I saw this drop. See, we had this demand right here. Let me draw an arrow. We just went from here to here, boom, boom. So strong drop in demand. I saw it in the MBox Delta with this signal here. So that looked like a good place for doing an add-on. So I also adjusted the stop. So the first stop was here. When I got in on this Stooges, I adjusted both of them above this pullback here. So that's our stop. So we're already in profits. If it gets stopped out here, we're already in profits. But we're aiming for this target here. Also adjusted the second position here. So things still looking bearish. Things are still looking good. This cumulative delta right here, this also looked like there was no higher high. It spent some buying volume here, no higher highs. So the story all fits together. We had the M pace, grew here. We're still, look at the pace. We're still, the bids are outpacing the offers. The cumulative delta, we had more supply here than demand here. So we're still bearish. It looks like we're still in good shape. So I'm just gonna keep writing this. Gonna write this out. I'm gonna pause the record and come back when we see some more action. All right, so I just added on yet another position at this Stooges delta right here. The reason for doing that is I also saw effort and no results right here. If you look at this box, there's a lot of effort to drive price up with buying right here. This is a big delta box, and look at that minuscule change in price here. So when I saw that, and then the Stooges signal, I thought that would be a good place to add on yet another position. You see the plus 95, 37, 32, so that's a drop in delta, 3 consecutive waves with less delta volume, and so I added on a position. So now we're in for 30 contracts. We're getting closer to our profit level right here. I also see, basically the cumulative delta, this demand came in, but look, a lower low, lower low, lower low. So everything is still pointing a bearish picture with demand tried to bring price up. It failed. So that's, that's when the trades are the strongest, when you see evidence not just of supply, but you see that demand failed. Demand failed here, right here. Demand failed right here as well. And that's what strengthens the position when it makes sense. And we had here momentum on the bids. some right here. We're not seeing huge strong supply here in the cumulative delta, but we don't see strong indication that price will reverse right now either. So we're sticking to the trade, and we're gonna um, we're still shooting for this this target. Also, I raised the stops to this last entry, so if we get stopped out here, we're still in for profits. So I'm gonna pause the video and let's see if we get to that level or if we're gonna get stopped out on our profits here. Okay, so we just hit this profit target. We've got here a daily profit loss of 4,860 ticks. We had, 30 contracts open after the last add-on. So to recap, I entered on this pullback here, on this stooges here, and on this stooges here. This profit target line was set from the previous day's low here, where I saw that a lot of demand came in, so it seemed like we'd also get some demand at this level. The order flow painted a bearish picture. We had the supply come in. We had this drop in demand on this higher high. We had a build up in the selling momentum. This was demand tried, but lower high. Supply came in again. We had a demand drop here, so we entered again here. And we entered again here after this effort, no result, and this also was an effort and no result. So it all looked pretty bearish to me, and it played to be out that way. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time.